So I was reading today in the Gospels where Christ is calling his 12 disciples to follow him. And I was thinking about the kinds of people that these 12 men were. Well, 11 after Judas betrayed him. But they were pretty average people. They didn't really stand out for their ministry potential. They weren't really accomplished speakers. They weren't particularly spiritual or religious. They weren't experts in the law. They weren't scribes or Pharisees. They were just your average Jewish guys, workers. And I was thinking about what Christ saw in them, and then what they ended up doing later in establishing the early church. And I thought there's a great lesson here for us today. Here we have God walking around on earth, and he has his pick of people. And he's going to use some of these people to establish his kingdom in the hearts of human beings. And who does he pick? He doesn't pick the most well-respected people. He doesn't pick the most well-spoken people. He doesn't pick the richest people or the most influential people. He picks some average people. And he picks them because of their willingness to drop what they were doing and obey him. To drop what they were doing and follow him. And they demonstrated that willingness to obey and follow for a number of years before Christ actually put them to work, before he gave them the Great Commission, before he said, I'm going, and I'm going to leave a comforter, and this is what I want you to do. You have a job to do. And then look what they did. Look at the Gospels. Look at the Acts of the Apostles. These average guys did such amazing work through the power of the Holy Spirit. This is a huge comfort for me because I feel woefully inadequate to do what I do regularly. However, the Spirit fills me, and I see him work through me in the hearts of others. And I'm in awe. And I see this in other people's lives as well. When they're willing to drop their agenda, when they're willing to follow Christ, to obey him, wherever they happen to be at the moment. God does amazing things through them. He can do amazing things through you when you're willing to obey, to trust, to drop what you're doing, and to follow him. When you demonstrate a willingness to do that over time, as the disciples did, he's going to send his Holy Spirit into your life in a powerful way that you can't even begin to imagine now. Do you think those guys, when they were standing in their boats and mending their nets, do you think they knew what was going to happen? Do you think they knew how they were going to help establish the early church, the lives they would touch, the messages they would speak? No, they had no idea. They just dropped what they were doing and obeyed. They followed. And they trusted.